Welcome back to Groovy Eggs Farm. I am Jeff. Today is Thursday. Sun is out. Yeah, we had a lot of rain the past couple days and this morning. But this afternoon, the sun is out. The temperatures are back up into the 60s. And yeah, this morning I was working on a project, but it was just soup outside. Drizzle and rain and everything was wet, so I didn't film it. But we can take a look at it real quick. This is my blue black splash copper marans flock in the front yard. There are no black copper marans in here, just the blue and the splash. But when you breed the blue to the blue, you can get some black. So their kids are all blue, black, or splash copper marans. They are in the front yard, and I gave them more room to roam. I got another fence repaired well enough that it's taking the current through every strand but one. There's one strand I have several repairs to make. I'll get to that very quickly. But so I added another fence to their run, and they can be happy foraging for free food. I bet they're going to be eating about 25% less of the layer pellets for the next little while anyway, as they get back into here onto new ground. So adding a second fence so that they've got a bigger area to enjoy meant rearranging some other fences. So here's my dual level of fencing out here. And it also required me redoing the perimeter fence that I have. So yeah, this fence, it goes across the driveway, then all the way up there. And so that fence all had to be, redone. I moved it, basically one post further. So, but yeah, so all that fence was moved, and I got it done this morning while it was raining, so I didn't take you long. But dual fence here on the perimeter. The chickens have their own fence inside of the perimeter fence. And they look very happy to have all this lush greenery to chow down on all day long. I got a very nice nap in today. Had a very nice nap yesterday. Couple days off of doing videos and stuff. I've just been worn out, so this past couple days taking it a little bit easy has been necessary for me. Still doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes, but I will talk about that later. Right now I need to do my evening baby chick chores. I've got baby chicks hatching right now, and some baby chicks I'm raising out here, so it's time to take care of them. Then it'll probably be time to put everybody to bed and dark, and I will catch up with you inside. We can talk about the new property and some updates on that. Phone calls, stuff like that going on behind the scenes. So I want to give you an update, and I'll catch you inside. Let's do an update while we look at the video of the property. Instead of just me on the screen, we can show the property too. This is the southwest corner of the property. It is officially 6.87 acres. So, yeah, 6.87 acres. This is the southwest corner. We are looking to the east, and it goes 915 feet. 915 feet is the depth of it, and let's go ahead and start the video. So 915, and then we're looking down the road. There's 330 feet of road frontage. So from where I'm standing right now, past the minivan, all the way down there is 330 feet. And so the depth of it would be, two more of those lengths. So 6.87 acres. I am so excited, you guys. So excited. Update. Bulldozer. A lot of suggestions for a forestry mulcher. And pointing me to Sow the Land. They just had that done out in North Carolina. I've been watching Sow the Land since before I moved to Arkansas. I have proof of that too. But yeah, they had a forestry mulcher. It's a skid steer with this little spinning thing on the front with like claws, and it just mulches everything up to 6 inches, up to a 6-inch tree. They'll just turn it into wood chips. So those things are pretty cool. The quote that I got was $2,000 per day. $2,000 per day for a forestry mulcher. And I told them about my job, and they said at least 2 days, probably 3 days to get 3 to 4 acres with the forestry mulcher. And that can depend on the property and blah, 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 blah. But yeah, to expect at least 2 days. So the forestry mulcher is twice as much as a bulldozer. And but here's the thing about both the bulldozer and the forestry mulcher is they are very busy people. So it would be the end of May before either one of them would be available. And so that's kind of a bummer. I want it done. I want it done. That's all right. We're gonna have to live through it. I've got another option for a bulldozer, and it's not the end of the world. But and there's also this is I was looking up the county population. It's like 22,000 people. So there's not a ton of, there aren't 10 forestry mulcher companies out there. There aren't any in Boonville. So, and then, part of the first day is their travel. So, that's an hour and a half before they actually get to work that you're paying for that part of it too. So yeah, and here we're coming up to the northwest corner of the property. And it slopes down from the southwest corner to the northwest corner. There is a slope down along the road there. You can see there's a little creek will run through there when there's been a lot of rain. I'm sure I'll have a little pond in that area during heavy rain events. And this is the northwest. We're looking to the east, and that's 915 feet from the little sign to the electric pole. And I don't know what I'm going to do with all those trees out there in between the electric lines and the road. I don't know. I got a lot of dreaming. I got a lot of dreaming I need to do. I need to evaluate what kind of trees those are. Now we're going to head back. We're on the north side of the property. I'm going to start walking south underneath the electrical lines. You can see the electrical pole there. So I can't put any permanent structures in between the electrical lines and the road. That probably also means no permanent fencing. They need access to those electrical lines. I'm just assuming that. And I'm debating whether or not I want to keep those trees in between the electrical lines and the road. One thing a lot of people do around here is they turn the ground under electrical lines into hayfields. So that'd be an option. Just turn that all into grass. I could, I can always use the hay around the homestead, and I think I should be able to put temporary fencing up, movable fencing like I have for the chickens. Well, they make those for sheep also. So that, nothing immediate, but I got some dreaming to do. I've still got some dreaming to do. But yeah, it looks like the forestry mulcher is probably out of the equation at $2,000 a day. Now, if they could get 3 acres done in one day, well, then we're talking. But taking 3 days to do that much is, that's just, I can't do that. So I will work around it and just have to do more myself or, get creative. Yeah, should I take those trees out? I don't know. What else could I plant along there? All kinds of stuff. Bunch of rose bushes and flowers and or just turn it into a hayfield. All right, and then I do want to leave those trees, about a good 30, 40 feet stretch of brush and trees in between the power lines and where I put my shed house. So, and I will need to run a driveway through there somewhere. And one thing, well, with bulldozer, see, that's what happens. That's what you get after a bulldozer goes through. You get a lot of brush and trees and stuff like that. You got to take care of. Whereas the forestry mulcher, there's no cleanup. But ideally, I'd like the bulldozer for a couple days, and then the forestry mulcher for a couple days, and ideally, that'd be awesome. But can't be throwing money at everything. So yeah, I might just have to whip out my old chainsaw and get to work. I am going up there tomorrow. And I am bringing some colored ribbons with me. Yeah, time to start on that. Thanks for the reminder, Eunice. But green means go, red, pink means stop. So green means get rid of this tree, red means save this tree. So yeah, I got that going. And then we got, I think I'll use the orange for the property boundary, and then I'll use the purple to mark off like where I want the driveway, where I want to stop, clearing to leave a buffer in between the properties. And I got ribbon options. But I do plan on going out there tomorrow. We've had a lot of rain, so I also want to check it out after a lot of rain. See if there's anything flowing in that little seasonal creek trench back there. But you can see a forestry mulcher would make quick work of, like 90% of the stuff we see in front of us. And but I'm wondering how much I can get done. So I might have to take my chainsaw with me tomorrow. But some of these trees, like where I put the shed to house, some of those trees are going to be bigger than 6 inches, and a forestry mulcher wouldn't take it. So some of the trees would have to be taken out either by a bulldozer or by hand. And bulldozer's easier to get the roots up while you're at it. A chainsaw is only goes so far. So yeah, I've got some waiting to do, and if I could rent a forestry mulcher, I don't know. I don't think I'd feel comfortable trying to do it myself. And never having done it, it'd probably take me 10 times longer than the professionals. But see, a mulcher and a bulldozer would take that kind of stuff out really quick. One idea that was suggested that would, it's a good idea for some people in some situations, is to have a company come in and just clear cut it. And they'll actually pay you for the lumber on your property. And yeah, that's a good idea for some people in some situations. I cannot do that with this property until I pay it off. They have to protect their investment, and they don't want somebody, clear cutting it, pocketing the money, and then giving the property back to them. So that's not an option for me, and I don't think I'd go for that anyway. I like trees, I like big trees, but the small stuff can go, but I like the big trees. we're gonna be walking up to that little seasonal creek ravine, and that's kind of the dividing point. You know, the west part of the property is where my shed house will go, and the east part of the property is the back acreage. I don't think it's yeah. I need to get out there with some tape measures, and I don't know what all I need to do yet. But I'm gonna be keeping the big trees. A lot more big trees on the east half of the property than the front western part. But yeah, here's the little ravine, and I've still got a lot of dreaming to do. You guys are so awesome. Went to the P.O. box, several very, very generous cards and letters. Thank you so much. I am going to, you're going to see it be put to work right here as soon as possible. I'd love to get some heavy machinery out there and get to working. But if not, I'll get out there with my chainsaw, my sawzall, and my loppers and do what I can do. Who knows? Maybe I can do a driveway and the pad for the shed house all by myself. I have no idea. I'm gonna go out tomorrow. I will take you along. I'm not doing videos all in one day anymore. It'll probably take a couple days for them to come out, and I'm gonna go ahead and pause this because I really am a lot more excited than I sound. I'm just exhausted. And I have been catching up on some naps. I'll probably skip my nap tomorrow, but it's already pretty late tonight. And so thank you so much for this opportunity of living my dream. 6.87 acres. It's a lot more than 6 acres. And it's never been lived on. It's not piled up in trash. It's not covered in rocks. It's beautiful to me, and I am going to turn it into a homestead and share that journey with all of you. Yeah, it's exciting. So thank you so much. I hope you get some enjoyment out of this, and yeah, can't wait to have, move me and the chickens and the cats, and then we'll start adding some livestock guardian dogs and go from there. Yeah, Bob, you're going to be going to a new property, Bob. I'm trying to get you there as soon as possible. But yeah, thanks so much for everything, and take it easy.